he riding dick. He told him suck your dick, but then you wouldn't trust him anymore if he did.
Bro, you hear this shit? Bro. And that right there is the reason why I say I don't trust anything that blow balls, bro. You hear this bullshit?
I'm repeating your own words.
I didn't say that shit.
You did.
Nigga, that's been recording for the past 2 minutes. Ain't got me on there talking about no dick.
You said he was riding my dick. He said that, did he not?
Yeah, you.
Yes, I know. That's what I'm saying. I didn't say nothing about you. I said me, mine's.
This isn't your typical podcast, my nigga. I don't hold my tongue for shit, and neither do the men around me. If you're looking for something a little bit more vanilla, I highly advise you to turn this motherfucker off, cause we about to talk that shit.
Everything XL.
Don't have the patience.
Yep. Check.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. You feel like you good? You like your levels?
I'm all tangled. I'm all 6s and 7s over here, bro. I can't even hear it. Goddamn it.
What you put the weed out for?
I don't know.
Yeah, you tripping about? Let's keep that motherfucker lit. This is the Everything Excel podcast. We smoke up here,
But
baby.
I rolled 2.
Okay, well,
That
shit.
was my starter blunt.
Pre-blunt.
Yeah, and then this was the blunt for the show. I hid it under there though because I thought it couldn't be in the shot.
Nah, you good. This is what we do up here.
I didn't know we mainline that shit. We smoke weed here every once in a while, occasionally, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah,
Ain't no alleged. We does this shit.
these levels.
You Gucci? You like how that shit
I'm not
sound?
Gucci.
Gucci
Oh,
down
shit.
to my socks like a Biggie Pop, baby.
Everything good though? We in frame and all that?
Yeah, depending on how tight you want it. I like it like a cigarette.
Like that.
I can see all the way to like this part of your hand.
Oh, we good.
Unless you want it closer up and tighter. But I think it looks pretty well.
I'm Gucci. I'm just waiting for y'all to give me the okay.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for y'all ready?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
You got your lipstick popping? All the shit? You good?
Yeah.
You good, Jay?
I'm always good.
Shit, fuck
Why
it
he
then.
put all he got the voice?
Man, this isn't your typical podcast. I don't hold my tongue for shit, and neither do the men or women around me. If you're looking for something a little bit more vanilla, I highly advise you to turn this motherfucker off, because we about to talk that shit. We done fucked around and left the window open.
God damn it.
Excuse me, y'all, as we fix what we fucking up. But we good. We in this motherfucker, man. What's going on, everybody? Y'all know the deal. Y'all know the motherfucking spiel. Y'all know the goddamn drill. Let's run through these sponsors real quick, and we're going to get started with this show. Pretty Dope Xperience. If you need dope music, you got to go out and go get it. Tap in with my peoples at Pretty Dope Xperience and download the app and get all this good music. You feel me? If you ever in the town and need a haircut, you see the fly fat nigga one time, you feel me? Tap in with my peoples at Kingdom Cuts and tap in with my barber, Rico. You feel me? He gonna get you icy, crispy than the motherfucker. 7529 Northeast Glisan Street, Portland, Oregon. If you ever in the town and need someone to come through and cook, holla at my homegirl Chris on Instagram at Fiyah Fusion Foods. That's FIYAH_fusion_foods. Jenn Got Cakes on Instagram. Tap in if you want another podcast. You feel me? My nigga Frowns, we got the Park and Spark jumping off. You feel me? Tap in with him on Instagram at park_and_park. Park. Flight Lounge PDX on Instagram. If you ever want to get out in the community and go smoke with some folks, tap in. We got 2 locations for you. One is at 5427 Southeast 72nd Ave, Portland, Oregon, or 5944 Northeast Sandy Boulevard. Also, if you ever in the jam and need a tow, tap in with my peoples at Tow Zone, also known as Brake Zone Tire and Auto. 1505 Columbia Street, Vancouver, Washington, 98660. God damn.
Getting better.
Well, we getting there. We getting there. You feel me?
He needed an inhaler on the first one. He was just like,
oh, man.
You just got to remember to breathe. You said park_park, though, did you?
You did fuck that up.
I did?
Go back and hit that up.
See,
yeah.
Man.
I got you, Frowns. I got you.
Man.
We got you, family.
Park_and_spark on Instagram. PARK_ spelled out underscore
SPARK.
You hear me on Instagram? Park and Spark, my motherfucking nigga Frowns.
We got you, family.
God damn it, family, family, and my nigga P Nice. He's the one that came out here with that shit, bro. I don't even have to be looking at this nigga. I could be in the club and just hear that shit. Hella echo, nigga. 30 feet behind me. Philly! My nigga. But yeah, man, for the people that's watching and tuned in and the people that are in their cars listening, I know y'all heard this young lady's voice. We got a special guest up here with us today. But who would I be to tell y'all about her when she can just tell her about her? To the right of me, we got Miss Oregon in the building. How you doing, Miss Lady?
Hey. How you doing? How you doing? Thank you for having me.
Man, thank you for tapping in. You feel me? Like, I wouldn't be who I am, you feel me, and got this situation going on if I didn't bring people up here that had something going on, got a voice, got something to talk about, you feel me, and important people. Not saying everybody ain't important, but this is for the elites only, you feel me? So with that being said, there was a couple of different reasons why we got you up here today. Not only just to talk about who you are, what you got going on, there's also some other topics that I feel like is very important to the world. It's very important to our people, you feel me, of color that deal with kind of bullshit in the work zone, you feel me? You ain't gotta be all perfect, you feel me? We got a fabulous over here.
I thought I turned my volume off.
Nah, you Gucci. Jay, you ever being honest, you being a white man, you ever had to deal with any kind of bullshit in the work world?
Yeah.
What kind of shit as a white man do you deal with?
Well, I will choose my problems, that I will complain about wisely here before, cause I'm sure we're about to hear some shit, but I would say as a white man in the workplace, if I had to say that I had a problem, it would be I don't even want to hear it. I don't even want to hear it now that I'm like about to say it. I'm gonna go and,
because he really thinking like, bro, should I really be complaining?
And I'm really wondering what the hell.
Yeah, I want to know what the fuck is this nigga talking about?
Nothing. Nah,
like they scheduled me on my day off type shit. Shit, everybody deal with.
No, because that's what. I mean,
you stupid.
Now we're about to dive into it. That's where it's at. Is more like everybody could make up a good enough excuse where it's like, yeah, that probably does suck if you have some family shit going on or you got like, abuse or some other shit going on in your life. Mm-hmm. But then there's also somebody at my job or at your job or who does the shit that you want to do, who had it way worse and has a way better story and has made it 10,000 times farther than you have with less than what you had. So if they can do it, then it's like, yeah, I could make up some bullshit and be like, yeah, this is unfair and this is right. And it's like,
it get goes up, on and on.
Yeah,
and
get
on.
up and go and fucking do something about it type shit. So it's like, nah, I could complain, but I'm definitely not gonna complain type shit.
Well, with that being said, before we get into what it is that we really want to talk about, let's also get a chance to know this young lady. You feel me? So
I'm feeling that young lady part.
You like that?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep that around for a while.
First it was Lance with the Sir Lance. Oh, he ran with it. That shit blew his fucking head up. Now I see he changed his name to Sir Lance. Oh yeah. to put that sir in front of a motherfucker.
right.
Yeah, put some respect on it. You feel me? Miss Oregon.
Yeah.
What's your real name?
For what? See, I have this thing about my name. When I tell people my real name, they feel privileged to call me that, even in work settings where my name right now is a part of the brand that I'm building up. You wouldn't start calling Snoop or Ice Cube their name. Like, you would respect whatever name they introduce you as. If you say your name Mac Millie, that's what the fuck your name is. For some reason, people like to use their privilege against me and feel privileged enough to call me my regular name when I'm in work settings. I don't like that. It's like when you might know the stripper, but you're not gonna call her real name while she at work. She Butterfly at work.
You feel me?
You know what I'm saying? So when I'm working, I'm Miss Oregon.
I totally feel you on
With that said, my name is Takara.
Oh, I thought you was gonna keep it. Do you feel me?
It's not a secret.
Classified?
I just want motherfuckers to respect what I'm doing.
No, I feel you on that because I hate that people really do call me by my first name, and it's like you only know my government because of Facebook. That's why I don't even push Facebook like that to like my fans or people that follow me, because it's very easy for you to find my personal page. And even though I do push my music on my personal page, I would push it on my personal page if I was able to keep my name, my stage name. But the fact that people feel like, oh, just because we're friends on Facebook, but we don't never conversate with each other, you see me at Walgreens and it's like, hey, hey, bro, come on. My mama don't even call me by my government name like that. I'm not gonna let just some random ass person from off of social media feel like they're comfortable enough to approach me by calling me by my government. So I totally get that.
I feel like it also confuses my audience a little bit as well, because then people don't know what to call me.
Right.
And so I just kind of save my personal name for my personal circle. And coworkers should be addressing me as my work name.
But when you on everything Excel, this ain't personal. This is for the world.
Yeah, the world gonna call me Miss Oregon.
You heard her. Miss motherfucking
Like
Oregon. God damn it.
People will only treat you how you let them treat you.
Facts. Speak about it.
So, and one thing that I've had to learn is to just own up to the respect I want by giving it, and I don't feel like bad about asking for it back.
What made you like really stand on the fact that, okay, if I let this motherfucker or this person treat me any kind of way, you feel me, then everyone else is going to treat me that way? What did you go through that made you realize that you don't want that to happen? Or did you see someone else go through something that made you realize that?
No, I think honestly, like, just life experience and just seeing that you have to literally tell people how they are going to treat you. You have to lay out those boundaries, and it doesn't matter if it's with your family members, it doesn't matter if it's with your friend, your man, your co-workers, the things that people are exclusive to in your life. You have to lay those boundaries out. And sometimes that can be intimidating to people, because a lot of times people want to feel comfortable to just do what they feel comfortable doing.
Right.
But what you comfortable doing may not be what I like for myself or for my surroundings.
Facts.
And so I'm going to let you know what best fits me. And if we not a match, we just probably shouldn't be hanging around each other.
Preach, bro.
You don't get what you deserve, you get what you tolerate.
Yeah.
In relationships, work relationships, and life, if you put up with it, you like it.
Yeah, I don't put up with much right now. And I would say where that came in at.
Before we get to that, hold on. So when it comes to Miss Oregon and who she is in the community, if someone was to bump into somebody and be like, hey, do you know Miss Oregon? What do you think a person is going to say about you? Yeah, I know her. She's what?
I would like to ask you that. We are in very close circles as far as our friends know each other.
You think so?
We have a lot of similar friends. I mean, I think,
Wait, hold on. Before you get off into that, define friend.
We have a lot of people around us that know both of us.
But that don't make them my friend. They might be yours.
I took away the whole little saying. We both have people around us that know both of us.
Okay, I like that.
The people, the places, the things we do, they cross the paths.
Right.
And so, what do people...
Well, honestly, it's not like I go around and be like, hey, the fuck you know about Miss Oregon? You feel me?
That would be weird if you did.
You feel me? But, to be honest with you, like, your name has never popped up in any kind of, you feel me, conversation like that.
And I fuck with that.
But that could be a good and a bad thing, though. Now, you don't think it could be a good or a bad thing?
Absolutely not.
Why not?
Absolutely not. Because if my name's not coming up, that doesn't mean that people ain't thinking about me. And then there's also, I'm not worried about people thinking about me. But if my name does come up, then I care about what was said. A little bit. I'm like, I want to know. Was it good? Was it bad? But if it doesn't come up at all, I have no reason to worry about what was said because there's nothing said.
I feel like what it is that you do professionally or within the community, if people ain't talking about you, then maybe you're not working hard enough. For what it is that you do.
I would want to agree with that, but I know some dope ass ladies in this community that don't get credit for what they do.
Speak on it.
They really don't. And one of them women is Q. Q, and when you hear this, you see this, she works her ass off.
Who's Q?
Michelle, she works at Relief Dispensary on MLK. Q is a community activist in the cannabis industry as well. She's helped with Green Hop. She's worked with City Hall. She's arranged things that people that's from here haven't done. She's definitely somebody to know. I just feel like, and I could honestly keep going, but there's definitely people who don't get credit. The reason that I get my credit is because that's what I want.
Is your credit.
Yeah.
So for the people that are
we all different.
For the people that are watching and for the people that are listening, what is it that Miss Oregon does? What is your line of work and what is your business, your company, your branding? What is it?
So I am the founder of the National Cannabis Diversity Awareness Convention, and I own that convention with my 3 children. Our company,
family affair.
Yeah, our company, our brand is Diversify Portland, and we do event planning. And we do throw a lot of events for brands. Brands hire us to throw events, as well as we do our own events. We'll hold little community classes to help people learn cannabis education and do social development, how to treat each other, things like that. And then also I organize panels for like large conventions. The big conventions will have me organize their panels, their speakers. I'll put together the questions, things like that. So I'm kind of all over the board with the events.
So you're responsible for a lot of the shit that goes on within a event that you're a part of.
Yeah.
Do you ever get hired just for one aspect, or is it like the whole enchilada with you?
I've been hired for both. But a lot of times people just want something done. And so I wind up being responsible for the whole enchilada. And it's easy for me that way because when there's too many different ideas in a pot, it could take longer to get things done. And I move really fast. Anyone that's worked with me knows, like, I move really quick. If you say you want something done, I'm going to get it done for you.
What drove you to want to be in that line of work?
I wanted to be in the cannabis industry, and I didn't have money to buy a license or anything like that. So I just figured I'd start throwing weed parties for adults and making sure that we get cannabis education to our children and teaching my children cannabis education so they can be cannabis educators, youth educators, and throw their own events for youth and be able to get parents to, we want to encourage parents to engage with their kids about educating them. We have dispensaries every 1,000 feet. When we were younger, we had programs like DARE and GREAT in the schools teaching kids about stuff, and now we have nothing. But, the drug they all told us was the gateway drug is all over.
When
our
did
kids,
that die out?
Everything. And there's no education.
When was the last time you heard that?
They stopped funding it a while ago. It's, from what I know, it's been years, but I remember it as a kid. I remember the dog.
The dog, and they bring the police to school, and
The
he passing
police
out
were
them
teaching
funky
us-
ass faggot ass stickers.
And if we don't create something now, the police are going to be the ones, they're going to give the money to the police to probably teach the kids again. So we got to come up with something. So we're working on that as well. So yeah, that's what I do though. And, you know, I have other projects that I have going on as well. And so as those develop, people will see my kids more take over Diversify Portland and be in charge of the events. And yes, these kids throw cannabis events for adults. Sometimes they can't even go into their own parties, but they
put it together, but they can't attend.
They put it together, but they
They
can't
cold boss.
well, they can be at the door. They can collect the money and, you know what I'm saying, do reservations and things like that. But walking around on the inside, nah.
Outside of your love for the cannabis and the information that you provide to people, the skill set behind what you do when it comes to putting the questionnaires together and running the actual event, like, did you go to school to learn that?
No, I didn't. And you know what's so funny? Yesterday, I was actually in a meeting with a woman. It was a white woman, and she said to me, "I think you're smart." She said, "I want you to know, I think you're smart, and I see you've taught yourself. You've made sure you got yourself educated enough to be able to speak well." And she said, "And you know, when I think about your business, I don't even think about it as a business. I see it more as just a mission." Bruh. I had to let her know, first of all, they don't give LLCs out for missions. It's a registered business. Don't play with me. Second of all, if you read anything about my background, you would know I grew up homeless here in Portland, Oregon. I never got to finish college or any of that. This is self-taught. This is me. I'm naturally the way I am. Third of all, to assume that black people are not educated or that we have to go to a school to be taught to be able to speak or sound educated is where the fuck you got me fucked up at.
All the way.
And one thing about this is I created what I created because I wanted to be able to be myself, something we're not allowed to be in the workplace. I want to be able to be myself and then also be taken seriously as a professional. So when I'm on stage or I'm working or I'm in my professional realm, it's going to be just that. When I'm hanging out with my friends or if someone's previewed and awesome enough to get to be around me in my personal time, they're going to see the regular ass me. I'm not about to fix up and pretend who I am for anybody. Right. All of us know as adults when it's time to go ahead and get down to business, it's time to get down to business. And I'm just one of those people. And, you know, I hope I can be able to inspire other people to be they motherfucking self and not let that mean that you're not a professional because you also have fun or whatnot. Like, I don't want people to take my smiles and my fun for that. I won't switch up real fast.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
And remind you who I am. You know what I'm saying? like, no, you taking all these giggles and smiles in this little pink dress the wrong way. Hold on.
I'm very much that motherfucker that you are scared of. But as long as you respect me, I'm gonna respect you. And I feel like that's where a lot of people get shit fucked up in workplaces. Is like, it's not that I tried to give them, and when I say them, I'm talking about people not of color. It's not that I try to give them the leeway, but I do understand for someone that is not like Jason, that is around black folks on a consistent basis, you feel me, that a lot of white folks, they tend to talk fast and talk so much out of being scared and not knowing what to say that they fuck around and say some shit that they shouldn't say being scared, you feel me? So, like, I get that,
nice.
But
I get more white people saying things that are so offensive when they're just trying to be nice. And that's also what drove my mission to want to help teach people good communication skills and the cross-culture communication and preview people to what it's like to be around other cultures when they're speaking, so you don't feel left out, or I don't know what they're talking about, or I don't get what they're saying, or I feel like this person's being aggressive to me, and no one's being aggressive to you. It's just how they talk, you know? And so teaching all these aspects, I feel like can help grow our community closer, bring more awareness to people, maybe help people be a little more relaxed and comfortable. And
growing up as a kid,
this weed is getting me.
You good?
Great. That is the thing.
Growing up as a kid, I had the IEPs. You feel me? I did all that, and one of the words that was always used in like my IEP meetings and shit like that was incompetent. And being an adult, you feel me, and growing up, knowing what that. Not saying that I know now what that word means, because I've always known what it meant since, you feel me, high school, you feel me, 15 years old. But they would use words like that when I was like 7, 8. So I never understood it. Once I understood what that word was, I instantly got pissed off. And every time I've ever heard that shit, whether it was towards me or within my paperwork and I read it, bro, I get pissed the fuck off. You feel me? So the drive to want to have my own t-shirt business, the drive to want to succeed with my wife's cake business, you feel me? And now doing everything excel in this podcasting, it's like, for a motherfucker that's incompetent, I sure in the hell got fucking far in life, goddamn it. Right. You feel me? I work for myself. I pay my own motherfucking taxes. You feel me? Like, I'm taking care of my kids. I'm taking care of a household. I'm taking trips whenever I want to. Nigga, there's some people that really got a budget their light bill, their spending money, their fucking food money, all. Bruh, I buy the fucking weed I want, when I want, how much I want. I'm gonna go do whatever the fuck it is I want to do, how I want to do it, and who I want to do it with. And I don't have a motherfucker that I gotta be like, sorry, I can't come in today, yada, yada. Bro, I am my own boss. Right. I wake up when I want to, you feel me? I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning in my drawers and go make me a cup of coffee, get on my computer and handle my business, you feel me? Or we doing interviews like this, 8 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night. Why? Because we the motherfucking boss in this bitch.
I feel you on that shit 110%. Yo, like, for the last 3 years, I've worked for myself. I haven't been an employee. I started my business 3 years ago, and I've been making enough to be able to survive and take care of myself on that. And I'm growing still.
Right.
So when COVID hit, though, but like I said, I throw parties for a living, you know? So when COVID hit, I was like, oh, man, I need a little income. And I wanted to take a little job so I could, you know, but I'm lucky enough to be able to, call, and I was able to just call someone and say, hey, I need a job.
Right.
And get a job, you know?
Excuse me.
So that was a blessing. But, man, going to work, man, it quickly set in that I'm not meant to be an employee. You can't own your own shit and then go back and try to be an employee for someone. I learned real fast that I'm not meant to do it. I can't do it. I can't handle the weird racism here in Portland. I can't handle the unfair treatment. And all those things come with being a black employee in Portland, Oregon. Period, hands down. If you black and you work in Portland, you gonna go through some bullshit.
Black female, black male. There's things that as a black woman, I'm sure that you deal with that as a black man, I don't deal with. But at the end of the day, with us both being black, I'm sure there's a lot of shit that we have that is similar issues that we deal with. Okay, I'm gonna give you 2 quick ones real quick. I used to work at what is that train station? UNBF or something like that. That's out in St. John's area. I was working at the little train station for a minute, and long story short, I got fired because an employee said that he seen me smoking weed in my car on my way out. So the shift that he was talking about, I got off at 4 o'clock in the morning. Bro, who the fuck is staying around at the job to be smoking weed at 4 o'clock in the goddamn morning or 6 o'clock in the morning? Bro, I want to go home. I'm going home. You didn't see me do none of that. Not to mention the property of where we worked at was it's It's a federal ground. You feel me? Like
They was just able to say that about you and not even ask you, and you was in trouble for it.
I flashed on him because no one came and told me. Another coworker came and told me about it. So this coworker is telling other coworkers what he saw, and the boss never came to me. 3 days passed by. So I finally said something to him when we got the chance to link up again, because he relieved me and I would see him again on Thursdays. So I said something to him. Bruh, next thing you know, I got fired the next day. But they had to give me my unemployment because it was one of those things where, like, you fired me based off of what he said, but you waited a whole week to say anything to me until I got loud. So they knew that they didn't have grounds to really fire me, because if that was the case, I would have never got my unemployment approved. Second situation. I was working for a laundry company. They fired me because they didn't like, the dude that was my boss didn't like how I was running the back room based off of how he wanted me to do it. But I was still doing it my way, getting the job done. They fired me. They ended up calling me back because he didn't have grounds to fire me, and then turned around and fired me when I came back for something else. That's that motherfucking bullshit. So after that, oh yeah, bro, I pushed harder on the music. I pushed harder for the t-shirts, and I pushed harder to make something of myself, because not all white folks are bad, but for the most part, I'm not going to sit here and work myself to the motherfucking bone and sweat and tears every day just to be in the same predicament, to be disrespected, to be looked at as like I don't understand some shit. You feel me? You got life and bullshit fucked up when you looking at me, bro. So with that being said, I know you got a situation you was dealing with.
Man, I went and worked for somebody that was black. And
so wait, hold on. The conversation that we had, this is a black establishment that you worked for?
Yeah, it's a black-owned cannabis farm, and it's ran by white people.
So there's
no black leadership in there whatsoever. And when I got there wasn't any black employees at all, except for the owner and his 2 kids.
So when it, hold on, let me get this.
There's no black people in there.
So you work for a company. You ain't got to say the name if you don't want. But you work for a company that's owned by black folks. But the people that run it on the day-to-day are white.
Yes, and the black owner hasn't given them any leadership or direction on making sure that they are creating pathways for people of color to be able to come in there and have equal opportunities like everybody else. They've created an atmosphere where the white folks is hiring all their friends.
So before we get deep into the situation, what were the 3 situations that you were telling me about this morning?
I was one of the friends that got hired, though, just to say, right? Like, I was able to call up and be able to get myself a job. So I also recognize that I had that privilege to be able to do so. But to be 100% real, I thought 100% I was about to go work at a black-owned cannabis farm, and we would be creating pathways for more black people to come in. And these people supported diversity and social justice, and like I had all these great positive outlooks. And then when I got in there, I was like, am I really the only black person in here? Like, is this for real?
Good God.
And yeah, the from the beginning, you know, I asked them to hire people of color, not just black people, just any color.
Anybody.
Pick a brown. Anybody.
Pick a brown?
Pick a brown.
You stupid.
Come on, dude. Like anybody, right? So they allowed me to put out a little search to find somebody to hire, and we hired this person. It's not somebody that was my friend or anything like that.
It was just somebody
somebody who just equal opportunity to come work here, you know? And there was an incident where me and this person, so now we're the only 2 black people. Okay, at this place, right? So we inside of a room one day, and our lead manager there, he's white, little white dude. He, you know, seems a nice guy, you know, but he's admitted his fragility. He's admitted that he's taking classes, that he's trying to get over certain feelings and things like that. You know what I'm saying, that he has. He admitted that to me.
But he's got to go to school for this shit.
Hey,
he's got to go to class
that's what
for
he
that
wants to take.
shit.
Yeah, that's
This
what
is a white man?
Yeah. So look, so he's trying to be
What
nice.
the fuck?
So remember I told you I've had people trying to be nice and they do offensive stuff, right? So me and the only other black person that works in this building, we're sitting inside of a room working, and our white manager comes up to us and says, "Hey, you guys like rap music?"
Oh shit! I know where this is going.
And I'm like, "Oh gosh, what's he about to do?" Right? And he's like, and we're like, "Yeah, you know we do. Like, why? What are you doing right now, right?" So he was like, "I got something for you," and he goes and puts on some music, and he comes back, and me and the other dude, we like, what are we listening to right now, right? Like, what is this? And I was like, "Hey man, what is this?" And he's like, and he's over there dancing,
In
which,
the Carlton.
you know, like totally making fun of black culture right in our faces. 100%. Because you're not putting on a music that you actually like. This isn't like your favorite
mocking
artist. You're mocking it. So, you know, it's a difference. So, you know, I'm like, what is this? And he says, "Oh, this is gangsta fag." Okay, wait. So you're not just making fun of black culture, but you're also making fun of homosexuality to a diversity activist. And I'm like, I literally, my jaw dropped, and I was like, I cannot even believe this is happening. And I walked out the room, and I was just like, I can't even believe this. And I told the staff and management, I was like, "Hey, your people need some cultural awareness, diversity trainings. Like, we need to get on top of this." And they rejected it for months. I told them this back in June. I was like, we got to get these people some help.
Oh, because so this happened a minute ago.
Man, I've been being exposed to this kind of stuff in this workplace for, like, this is what he does on a regular. Like, he does things like that thinking it's funny on a regular. One day he pulled out his phone and was like, "You want to see a funny picture?" And it's a picture of him with fake boobs under a shirt. So you're making fun of transgenders now. Like, why are you bringing me your mess? Like, do you not know who you're bringing this to?
Yikes.
You know, and it was just so horribly offensive.
Bro, he got some big cojones.
You know, and that's the way he play. And that's the way that they allow him to play. It's okay in that atmosphere because they say it's the cannabis industry. It's relaxed. It's okay because it's cannabis.
Was it just him or was there other people?
He's the only one that would make jokes like that. The, you know, making fun of different music and or sexuality. Those kind of things really, really made me feel uncomfortable. And he was the only one that did stuff like that. But I mean, he also went around telling people, there was a day where I had been experiencing more very uncomfortable situations as a person of color. And I pulled him into a room because he's the manager. I was like, "Hey, can I talk to you?" And I expressed to him that I'm having these feelings, that I felt very uncomfortable with some things that had happened. I let him know what it was. I talk how I talk, and I'm black, just in case people don't know I'm black.
Then a motherfucker.
So,
Then a motherfucker.
What happened is I talked to him like a black person talks. And he got intimidated by that. Now, I'm coming to you asking you for help. You the manager. I'm coming to you telling you that these people are doing things that are making me uncomfortable. And I'm saying, you're the manager. Can you please make sure that you talk to these people, get them training. You should be doing the training. If you don't want me to do the training, you the manager. Like, you know, talk to your staff. And he starts after that, after I expressed to him that I'm feeling this way, instead of taking care of it and addressing the issue, my issue was swept completely under the rug. Nobody addressed it at all for weeks, months. And he started going around telling people that he was scared of me. So now multiple coworkers know that this man is scared of me. And I didn't know he felt that way until the owner of the company and me had a phone call. And the owner of the company had let me know that, you know, he's not the only one that feels that way, that there's multiple people that are scared of me.
So you've had issues with other people too?
I didn't have any issues with anybody. People like...
She's a strong, independent black woman. What do you think?
I would just be working, minding my business, and people come up to me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They just come up to me and say or do weird stuff. A couple weeks ago, I was in the hallway having a conversation with one person about Satanism. We were in our own world talking about, we had a good conversation going. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was enjoying this conversation. It was me and one other person, definitely A and B conversation. This random white lady comes up to me, mind you now, the one other black person, he gone, so now it's just me. You know what I'm saying? They didn't hire my friend too. I got a friend up in there too, but she's mixed. So I'm still the only full black person there, period, at all. And so, you know, I'm having this conversation with this person, A and B conversation. This random white lady comes up to me. She puts her hand on my right shoulder and says, "Black lives matter." And then she laughs and walks away.
Bitch.
What?
The fuck?
I'm like, why did she do that? Like, I didn't
The
say
fuck
any
is
words,
funny?
but the person it was me and another person, and the person that was there with me, they were like, that was awkward.
As fuck.
And I couldn't even talk. Like, I was stuck. And I just felt so mocked. And, like, we weren't talking about black lives at all. We were talking about Satan. You know? So it's not like she heard the conversation. She
was on a mission.
She was on a mission and came out of nowhere to just do something really rude.
Yeah, I don't even think awkward was the adjective I was looking for.Maybe disrespectful.
As fuck, bro.
Yeah, I got a couple other ones, but yeah, we'll leave it at that shit.
And, you know, and it's like, how much leeway are you supposed to give people to think, oh, she doesn't mean nothing?
That couldn't have been the
Like,
man.
come
I'd have slapped
on.
the dog shit out of him right where he stood at.
Come on, man. And I went and told the general manager right after that happened, like, I walked away and I went into a room to go back to work. And I was so disturbed by it that I wound up walking right back out the room and went to my general manager. And I told him, I
The
said,
same one that scared of you?
no, I want the one above him. And I went to him and said, hey, this person came up to me and just said Black Lives Matter and then walked away laughing. And I feel very, very uncomfortable with that right now.
Making a mockery.
I was like, I do not feel good about this at all. And they were like, that's weird. And then they just walked away and went about their day. I went and told 2 more managers, the one who's scared of me and one of the owner's family members who was a manager there. And they both did the same thing. They're like, that's weird.
So no one's really did anything about the complaints you made?
Absolutely not. And they did absolutely nothing. And they didn't plan on doing nothing. And, you know, it was just something that I felt like I'm not about to deal with this. My birthday was coming up, and I went and took a little vacation. Now, mind you, when I went on vacation, so did the white manager who is always putting me in the weird situations with the with the music and things like that, making me feel weird.
Gangsta fag.
Yeah, you know. He was going on a vacation too. Now, mind you, he's going camping. I'm going to Vegas, but I'm not going to the Strip or to a hotel. I'm renting a private house for me and who I'm going with. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we're going to do. And I was the only one they made quarantine, though. So before we was allowed to come back to work, we had to quarantine for a week to take a test. This person didn't have to, and I did. So that, to me, felt very weird. I was like, why is this? And they were like, well, because they're going camping. I don't care. Even when you go get your camping supplies, you got to go up in Walmart. You encounter more people in Walmart than I'm about to encounter on this plane with every couple seating, and then I'm going to get in a taxi and I'm going to be at a house. So you got to go get camp supplies. You got to stop and get gas on the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, all these things have to happen.
Right.
So why would you think that this person's more responsible than me with keeping themselves safe and making sure that they return back to work safe, and I wouldn't be as equally responsible with myself, my hands, wearing my mask or whatever I'm going to do out there in public, knowing I got to come back to work? Like, why are we not being treated equal? Like, why is there not a policy that just says everybody who goes on vacation got to take a COVID test before they come back to work? You know? So while I'm gone, guess what they do? Now, mind you, while I was gone and in my quarantine, I turned in an email about these uncomfortable situations. Like, I had my final straw after the BLM comment. I was like, I'm actually not going to return back to the floor until we talk about this.
I wouldn't either.
So I sent in an email. So mind you, while I'm home, this is while I'm on quarantine, you know what they did? They did an internal hire for a floor manager. But guess who the only employee out of everybody wasn't allowed to apply? Me.
Why weren't you allowed to?
They didn't preview me to the information. They did an internal hire and posted everything there. And they didn't send me no email, nothing. They knew that I wasn't there. But I wasn't gone or suspended or nothing bad. I was gone from my birthday and doing my quarantine. I was doing what the job instructed me to do.
So how long was the hiring process supposed to have been for?
They did it quick. They put it up and they hurried up and hired someone like within like a couple days. They hurried up and did it while I was gone. And when I asked them, I said, was I, before I start feeling this woe is me, right? Was I the only person who didn't get access to this information? They're like, yeah. Why? All the woman had to say is because you wasn't there. But I got email. I got an email and a phone. Why would you guys not call me and say, hey, we're going to be doing a hiring, you know, allow me the same access everybody else is? And then guess who they hired? The woman who did the BLM comment. They made her the manager. I'm like, so I'm supposed to go back to work with a man who's scared of me as my manager and a woman who is
Blatantly disrespected you.
bluntly disrespecting me. And you guys want me to come back and work with that.
So now what?
Dude.
What happened? Did you go back to work?
I went and had the meeting with them, and in the emails I told them I wasn't quitting, but in the meeting they were basically wanting me to quit, and they were ready to give me money to quote unquote help my business Diversify Portland.
How much money?
Bro, they already had a pre-cut check for $2,000. They had a pre-cut check, and they said,
hold on. Because from a nigga that has been in the predicament of being fired, I know that they cut that check previously to talking to me. You feel me? So with that being said, why would you come to somebody with a check for $2,000 before even hearing what they have to say?
They didn't owe me no money or nothing.
Yeah, you didn't
I
know
had been
you.
on quarantine, so I hadn't had no pay accumulated. I had got my check before I went on. I had got my check.
So what do you think that money was really intended for?
Because they knew they couldn't fire me.
So they were going to give you $2,000 to do what though?
Go away and not do this.
So what? So okay,
it would cost them more legal money and legal.
How did they
fees
present
like
the money to you though?
Well, the wrong way. First of all, the wrong way, because
did they just say, "Oh, here we go"? We got.
I could see that it was pre-written. So first of all, the fact they had it pre-written means that they already had the value in which that they had seen me worth written down, and or whatever they had going on, they had that shit pre-written, and that's not okay. First of all,
did you take it?
So not like that.
So what happened next?
So we just gonna hold on to receipts. It's a receipt. That's what the fuck that is. They tried to buy me out. And I told them, I know you guys are trying to buy me out. And I was like, I wouldn't be Miss Oregon if I didn't say that I know what you guys are doing right now.
So you said that they try to give you that money to go towards your business. What?
But this is the thing. This is where she went wrong. So this is what I was saying, where I didn't finish. Okay, so they asked me, we want to know where you are with your business. What's going on? What's the newest things right now you're doing with your business? And I said, and mind you, let me say this again. We want to know, where are you right now with your business? What do you have going on? Which means they don't know. They're asking right then and there, what's going on with the business? I say, well, I'm going to be making some social development videos, teaching people about these scenarios actually right here. Teaching people what not to do, you know? And so that's what I got going on. And, you know, they were like, okay, well, we want to support you in that. And so this is the money. We want to support you in that because we know you don't want to be here at the farm. We know that this isn't really where your head is at. Now, mind you, I ain't said all this stuff. I came to the farm because I wanted to be there.
Right.
I I wanted to grow weed.
You feel me?
Less than 1% of the cannabis industry is black people that grow weed, that touch weed. I wanted to be a part of raising that number and being able to say that I grow cannabis. So I wanted to be there. So she was putting these words in my mouth. I never said that. And she had 2 emails from me that said, I am not quitting my job. I'm just letting you guys know about what's going on at the bottom of the stairs.
Why did they always push it as if like the narrative is you're quitting? No, motherfucker,
Because
you're putting them words in my mouth.
They were like, this is an at-will state. She said, this is an at-will state. And, you know, anybody can be fired for anything. And, you know, and she's saying this to me. And I was like, let's be honest. You can't fire me. I just told you that I have issues with discrimination. If you fire me, it's retaliation. So you can't fire me. So you're hoping that I quit and that I'm going to take that check. And then what? They're like, well, what do you want? I want you guys to hold I think it's 2021 and we need to start writing white people up for racism. Right. They're like, what's writing them up gonna do? They're like, we can't fire everybody. Nope. The glory of it is, don't necessarily fire their ass. Write them up. When their review come, if you got 3, you done been written up twice this motherfucking year for doing racist shit. You could have got our business a discrimination lawsuit. It don't look like you're getting that raise, buddy. Matter of fact, we're gonna let you fucking go. Start holding people accountable. And that's what the fuck I want. So more than that $2,000, I want you to go write her the fuck up. And then, I don't care how petty it seems, I should be able to apply for that motherfucking job. Where my application at? Give me my shit.
Right.
Hold on. Wait. Why'd you hold the opportunity? Because you didn't think it was cool that I went to Vegas? You felt like I was disrespecting? That's a personal feeling. Your personal feelings don't have nothing to do with legal nothing. That's not a legal reason to withhold me from an opportunity to apply to a job that everybody else in the entire facility had access to.
Right.
You outcasted me. Like, you can't do that.
What do you feel their issue is with you, if there is an issue? The
issue is, I don't let them do the fuck shit to me. I brought it up. I didn't stay laughing at fucking gangsta fag. I called out the things that they were doing. The privilege that was happening in there. One time I went to lunch, I was working in a room, there's 2 people working in a room, me with another person. I had to use the restroom. So I went to go use the restroom. When I got out to the restroom, somebody was in the bathroom, a random person, you know what I'm saying, was in the bathroom. It was taking too long for the bathroom to get open. I really needed to go to the bathroom, right? So I came back into my job, went to my general manager and the manager who's scared of me and said, hey, you guys, you know, it's about my lunchtime anyway. Someone's in that bathroom. I'm going to just go ahead and clock out and take my lunch now. Y'all want any food while I'm out? It was like, yeah. Gave me money to get them some pho. You know what I'm saying? So my managers know I'm leaving. You know what I'm saying? I come back, go back into the room to get to working. That coworker that's in the room takes their headphones out and says, why were you gone so long? Like, he my baby daddy. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what?
Your motherfucking business.
Co-worker?
Yeah, just
like
a coworker.
Like an equal? Like somebody that does the same job as me? Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, dude. He comes back. Why were you gone so long? I was like, I was
at your bitch house.
I went to lunch.
Yo, bitch house.
Yours. Yeah. The one that you just said, babe, I love you? Yeah, her.
I should have fucking said that shit on everything.
Don't play with me.
But look, I was at lunch, right? Said, oh, so you went and took a lunch and didn't tell me?
Bro, where the weed at?
He's like, so you went and took a lunch and didn't tell me? I was like, well, yeah. I mean, I went to the bathroom and I was going to come back, but the people were in the bathroom, so I just went ahead and took my lunch. I didn't think I needed to come check back in with you. I told you I was leaving the room. Like, I said, I'm going to the bathroom. I don't care if it took me an hour, even if I was in the bathroom an hour. That's not your business. Like, this dude was like,
from start to finish, it's not.
Hold on. This man said, well, you left at this time, and said the exact time. He said, you left at this exact time, and you're back at this exact time. That's an hour and 15 minutes. I said, well, my break is an hour, and I stood at the bathroom for 15 minutes. But again, I checked in with my general manager and my manager. You're just a coworker. Like, why are you talking to me this right now? And he was like, oh, I am annoyed. And he bangs his fist on the table. And I was like, I feel threatened.
Fucking dork.
I feel threatened. This is weird. I was like, your privilege does not work here. Let's get out the room now. Like, let's go. Like, let's go out the room because I'm not even about to, you don't get to use your privilege on me, bro. Whatever inside of you is making you feel entitled enough to speak to me this way or to keep track of my time. You got me fucked up, bro. Period. Like, you're not about to do this. 2 weeks later, like, I was bubbling at this place, I'm telling you, like, they was testing everything that was inside of me. And 2 weeks later, now this business, you know what an SOP is, a standard operation procedure, like a little policy thing that shows you how to do a procedure to something, right? So we clean these big-ass water tanks at work, okay? Now, there's no SOP for this. So people doing it off the top of their dome. They depending on one person who knows how to do it to be there to tell or whatever, right? Damn. So me, being the awesome employee that I am, I went above and beyond to create a SOP explaining how to clean the tank. I asked my general manager, I said, hey, there's not a procedure for this. Want me to go ahead and create one? That you guys can, put on all the tanks for everybody to know how to do it? Because you got a few new people in here and we don't know how to do it. You know what I'm saying? Or they don't. So I'll go ahead and create this thing. He was like, fucking knock it out. Like, yeah, thanks, So
I bet he did.
Yeah, so I'm working with the lady. The lady, before she made the BLM comment, it's me and her. This is pre-BLM bullshit, okay? So me and her is working. I'm writing the SOP every step of the way, everything that we do. I'm writing it down as we do it, okay? And so I go to my lunch. After lunch, I come back, and there's another lady walking around, and she walking around mad as hell at work. And I'm like, just me being who I am, like, what's wrong, girl? Like, what, are you okay? And she was like, yeah. She's like, well, actually, no. I didn't talk to you about something. And I was like, what, what's wrong? Like, I have no clue what she's about to say, right? I'm like, what's wrong?
Dun, dun, dun.
She was like, I seen you sitting around earlier and not working. And I was like, what?
Bitch, mind your motherfucking business.
I was like, what do you mean? And she was like, well, before lunch, I saw you just sitting down. And then after lunch, I saw you just sitting down again. And I was like, I said, walk with me real quick. What? Just take a little walk with me real fast. So I walked her over to where I was writing this big ass SOP. And I was like, this is what I was doing. I was creating something that your company hasn't created in the last 3 years for its employees. That's what I was doing. And I had permission from the GM. He knew what I was doing.
Audacity.
I was like, and not only did I write it, but then I typed it up and sent it on a Google Doc to all the CEOs. She's like, well, it's just like, when you're watching your kids, nope, let me stop you there.
Next time somebody presses you on this shit, you should be like, why the fuck weren't you working? Like, why?
I told her she was the one that was off task. You were off task watching me.
Yeah. Like,
while I was working.
Bitch, why weren't you working? Like, anytime anybody says it, like, why weren't
and
you
why are you watching me at all? And you could have walked down the stairs, even if you just fakingly, hey, how you doing today? Just to look over my shoulder and see what I'm doing. But you didn't. You stood up there and assumed I was off task. I'm just like, this is fucking not okay. Karen. So they see me as bringing these complaints as I'm the problem because people have problems with me. I am not doing that thing. I went to the bathroom and got cussed out and some dude banged his fist at me. Some lady's hawk-eyeing me while I'm over here creating SOPs for your company, which is not even in my damn job regimen at all. like, I'm just not understanding. Like, I'm standing in a hallway having a conversation with a coworker and somebody else comes up to me randomly, makes a BLM comment. But if I come to you, you're the black owner.
Oh, so now you've had a chance
and now I'm coming to you and I'm telling you this. And I'm asking to get your people training, whatever can we do to help these people? And you say, I don't want them to have training. I'm not getting them training. I'm not spending my money on it. And frankly, if all these people have problems with you, then, it's easier for me to get rid of one person than to have to fire 10 people.
Real quick.
He's like, I'm not going to fire everybody. I was like, I didn't want you to fire anybody, but damn.
I'm not on the side of tearing down another black person. You feel me? That shit ain't cool. You feel me? We should never do that in the eyes of the world. And if we have a problem with one of our own, we need to deal with it with each other, you feel me, behind closed doors. But my thing is, if this is a black-owned company and there's white folks within that company doing fuck shit like that, and it's been brought to the attention to this black man, that could fix the whole fucking situation. And I do mean when I say my nigga, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing, bro? Like, you making it hard for the rest of us. The fuck?
He could have set a really good example.
You feel me? Now you look like you one of them. Now it look like you trying to, you feel me, tap dance for your master. You feel me? Like, bro, that shit ain't cool. The least bit. So what was the end game, or what was the end result for the conversation you had with them about the $2,000 check? Was he present when that check was given to you?
Yeah. Yeah, they all agreed on giving me that check together.
$2,000 though?
That's what they slid me. That's what they wanted to give me. And they said that was for my business. And I had to let them know that's not for my business because you guys wrote that out before you asked me what my business needed. You didn't ask me what my business needed until we just sat here in this meeting. That check was before the meeting. So what my business needed right this second is a different dollar amount. Which was I asked them to pay my salary for 3 months while I worked on another project. And what
was the total on that?
Bruh, not enough. None of it is enough. And when I really went home, even after that, I really was thinking, and I told them this too, if I take this and you just go away and do what y'all want me to do, y'all not gonna fix what's going on inside of there. And this can happen to somebody else. And
like
I wouldn't be Miss Oregon if I let y'all do that shit.
Right.
I wouldn't. What the fuck do I look like taking any kind of... First of all, there ain't enough zeros behind that shit for you to ask me to shut the fuck up about some discrimination shit. I'm not going to let you do this to somebody else. And this right here is literally why I started my business. This
so you want me to close my mouth about being disrespected?
You ain't even.
You can't put a dollar amount on my respect, homie. I'm sorry.
You're not about to put a dollar amount on my respect. And you've had numerous opportunities to fix it.
And didn't want to.
Didn't
budge.
So I'm just like...
Bro, he played for their team.
Whatever money they think they're giving me, it's all receipts. Whatever you hand me, I'm just going to turn it all in.
So are you still currently employed?
I ain't fired and I didn't quit. They can't fire me right now.
Are you on the schedule?
I ain't on the schedule, and they probably fucking up with that. They don't send out a schedule, so I don't know if I am or not. I was thinking about just showing up to work Monday.
Just for the fuck of it?
What they go do, fire me? I'm just saying, please fire me.
I wish a nigga
I
would.
wish they would fire me, bro. You just did an internal hire and left me out.
Jason, have you ever went to work and was like, I wish they would fire me today?
There's been those days, for sure.
You fucking lying. Shut the fuck up. I don't know not one white boy that's ever went to work and like, bro, I wish they would fire me today, goddammit.
Bro, there's been times where I'm like, hey, you know what? I ain't going to do that. Matter of fact, I fucking quit. But no. I go to work. I'm about my bread, I swear.
That's funny, yeah. So, yeah, I'm probably just going to go to work on Monday. I guess,
we need to update.
We in this.
I need to know what's
We in this. This fight, this is an everybody fight.
Of course.
Like, I feel like I'm just me walking in this shit, but I'm like, no. The cannabis industry is fucked, and they keep fucking black people over. I'm just like, I'm not.
What is it about the cannabis industry that makes you, like, just so, like, I'm for it?
There's so many things. Like, first of all, that was like stoner literacy right there. Like, that was such a deep question to my stoner heart. Like, what?
What makes you that? What makes you the stoner that you are?
Man, you know what? I don't even know what to say because I'm so motherfucking high right now. That I'm gonna be. Because a piece of me is like, is it the weed or is it the rights that I'm basking in? Like, having equal rights, being able to be treated like everybody else, not seeing my people locked up for something that white people out here becoming billionaires off of, not being treated fucked up at work no matter what industry you in, weed or not weed. Not being told you're a bad parent because you smoke weed. Like, all these things for me are I'm stimulated by the changing of and sticking up for our rights. Right. So, you know, the weed is the cherry on top. I'm glad it's weed rights that I give a fuck about. But for me, it's really about the movement for the people and getting us to a full playing field where we equal every motherfucking thing.
How long you been a part of that movement? Or how long has
3
that
years.
narrative?
3 years.
Okay,
3 years. But the thing is, it's always been in me to care about community and things like that. I've been working in the community for a very long time. I became a Multnomah County Citizen Peacemaker back in 1999 and got a 1,000 Crane Peacemaker Award from all 5 commissioners of Oregon.
Damn.
So, I mean, like, I've been with community for a long time.
Black girl power.
And it's just my thing, you know, and I've worked with United Way. I've done a lot. But, you know, when I got fired for my skin color and just the abuse in the workforce from just being black, the trauma that it's left behind on myself, I just want to tackle that shit. Right. And it just so happens that I guess I started in the cannabis industry, but I want to tackle it everywhere. And that's why we're creating these social development videos to be able to teach people, not just even at work, but in their homes. We want people to be able to get these videos and use them at home with their families and kids, or we want to change social circles.
Talk about that. How many have you done?
We haven't done any right now. We're actually just putting together all the logistics for everything from building a web page to creating a little fundraiser. I'll be doing this project with the Caputo group and with Up Level. They'll be taking care of our website platform. So this is a big project. You're the first person actually to know about this out loud, because I am not one of those people that I don't tell everybody what I got going on, because, you know, they don't need to know everything. I feel like I just got work that I got to do. You know what I'm saying? But I'm really, really excited to work with the Caputo Group. They're an HR firm in the cannabis industry and outside of the cannabis industry. And they care so deeply about making sure that diversity and inclusion is a part of all the businesses that they are associated with. And I equally feel the same. And so this partnership with creating these videos, I think, is going to be really, really great. And it's really awesome that Up Level is going to be able to host the platform that these videos are going to be shown on. And it'll be a learning platform with, you know, a diversity training to go along with it as well.
I think that's dope as fuck. I'm surprised, like, not saying that I don't want you to have your moment, but like shit like that should have been, you feel me, available to people. That should have been something.
They used to do, remember like the old school 90s style, like HR videos when you would go to work, them little corny ass training videos they would have you watch, you know, like or at school they'd have you watch the corny videos and stuff, how to be a team player and all this.
They didn't push that a lot. I just know about it because I know I've seen it before, but
we're about to redo those, and it's gonna be hilarious, and
genius.
It's gonna be to the point. It's gonna be right to the point, and it's gonna be really great. And we're gonna do things like microaggressions. Like we got dope white friends, you know what I'm saying? And so I got to get some of my dopest white friends to touch a black hair. We're going to show that microaggression.
I used to fucking hate that shit. Bro, when I used to have a fro as a kid, white people, I want to touch your hair. Bitch, touch me.
So we're going to do that one. We're going to be talking about unconscious bias when their whole facility is all white. How'd you get this way? How do you have all white employees? You know, and I got the one black guy walk into the all white boardroom. You know what I'm saying?
Awkward,
and take the
bro.
seat at the table. You know, we're going to put the elephant that's in the room, we're going to blast that shit on TV, and we're going to show people the right way to respond to these situations. And then for fun, we're going to show the wrong way to respond. And that's where
she loves this shit.
And then, you know, we'll have the narrator as well that'll come in and, you know, we'll slow motion the skit down and have the narrator come in and say, and that's what you don't do. Yeah, that's going to be our thing. And that's what you don't do.
I'm just imagining somebody being like, guys, we're really diverse over here. Peter, John, Stephen, Keith.
What's our diversity plan for this week? There's literally nobody black at the table.
Wait a second.
And then, you know.
Ask Jamal.
Go there.
Fuck.
So, you know, and we feel like the humor will help when we're showing these videos to the teams, because the right way to respond and the wrong way to respond doesn't come until after the scenario is shown. The scenarios are going to be so real that it can make people feel uncomfortable, right? You know, because we're going to hit things like pronouns as well,
Hey,
too.
but fuck it, because you got to look at it like
want
this.
to.
We was uncomfortable, motherfucker.
Right.
That's
No, we
why I
want
thought
to
it was-
make people uncomfortable, but bringing the laughter at the end is what will help that team. Maybe if somebody showed this to
Bring
their
it back
team,
together.
bring it back together at the end, be able to get together, talk about what they just watched together, take the little quiz together. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that you retain the information that you saw. And it's also a team building moment for your crew or for your staff or for your family. You know what I'm saying? So we want to be able to help bring people together in that way.
That's dope as fuck.
Yeah, it's gonna be great, and the videos are gonna be super diverse because we're gonna have people of all colors, and it's not gonna be just about black and white issues. We're definitely gonna talk about age and sex and gender and the things that really impact people in the workplaces, the jokes that are not appropriate, you know, all that
Why
stuff.
does like, as corny as it may sound, like there should be no reason in the world why, as grown fucking adults, that we even have to like double back on that. You don't know that you ain't supposed to be doing that, bro? But then again, there are some workplaces, like I know a couple of partners, they've been worked at a spot where everyone at the job fucking everybody. Like, you know damn well y'all ain't supposed to be doing that shit, but everybody over here fucking. Like,
I mean, and it's gonna always be that way, but now we are in a new social era, and there's new terminology and language.
There's shit like what you were saying where the people don't realize, like, that was fucked up what you just said. Or, like, you just did that and, like, you thought it was funny and that was hella disrespectful. Also racist. Also this.
Yeah.
like me and the M word. I didn't understand that. I guess the term midget is disrespectful. How? I don't know, but whatever.
Yeah, I didn't.
I
it
guess.
changed. So that's the thing. So, you know, things change.
Yeah,
What's
so
socially accepted is changing because people are caring about how they let people treat. We start this conversation off with talking about people going to treat you with how you let them treat you. And people right now are standing up and saying, you're not about to do this to me. And this is what I want for myself. And we got people doing that all over the board with all different things. And that's where this diversity thing is really hitting the head at, is people standing up and saying, not me, not today. Not tomorrow either, okay? All right. Like, shit.
Deal? Deal.
So, yep, that's what it really all comes down to.
That's dope as fuck. What's the get down with the magazine?
Oh, man.
I see some beautiful black kids there.
Yeah, so I'm like, should I pick it up? We were, I get featured a lot in different stuff. Like, I don't know, you could Google Miss Oregon and I got all kind of shit that'll pop up that I've been on and things like that. But
you ain't gonna roll past that cold flex.
Wait.
Google Miss Oregon. Hit the Googles.
MSS Oregon, no I. Hey, it's in that shit. Okay, so look, this though is extra special because this is the first publication with my kids in it. They always talking about what I do, but people don't understand. You might have got a sponsorship letter. You might have got an invite. You might be looking at a graphic, but it don't mean I did it. My kids help with a lot of stuff. They have creating merch right now. All the merch is gonna be created by them. They designing all that stuff. You know, like everything.
I'm gonna have to tap in with you and them kids. What can y'all do for everything?
They do the demographic. My 9-year-old son does our demographics for where to do our marketing on stuff, which is super cute.
I need a marketing
the
plan
best
for everything
and
stuff.
Yeah. They busy doing Diversify Portland.
I'm coming through with Lunchables and fruit snacks.
Oh no, they greedy. They greedy. They want your roaches. My oldest. I got an 18-year-old. That's why one of the reasons I want to talk about stuff.
I
because
can't get them kids in my roaches.
Not my kids, not the little ones.
I'm smoking Sasa, bro.
Nah,
what is you talking about?
Not the little ones, but my oldest, my 18-year-old, man. Yeah, buddy. I didn't had to have some words about that because I ain't with
Single parent?
Yeah.
How many kids?
3. They right there. Boom, boom, boom.
All
boom.
girls?
Nah. You ain't even look. That's true. He 9. Okay. And that's my 18-year-old. Look at that. You can see it in her face. She's still your roaches. Mm-hmm. And then the 15-year-old, you know, I'm sure she gonna.
So, when it comes to being a black woman in the workforce, work field, and being a single black mother, how was that been?
Black.
I asked her how that's been if she put a color on it. So Macc, how you feeling today? God damn it. I feel real turquoise. God damn it. I'm feeling kind of burgundy
that
underneath.
You feel me? Feeling like a mermaid, little, you know.
Balls kind of pale.
Little cyan.
Nah, this shit is tiring.
But you doing that?
I don't have a choice. I gotta break a generational curse in my family type shit.
A lot of families.
I gotta teach these kids how to get it and make sure that, you know, they're taken care of if anything ever happened to me.
God forbid. But if you did, what do you think is one thing that your kids will always remember? Mom taught us we got to do this. What would be that one thing?
Take care of each other, work for themselves, keep everything in the family type shit. Or be loyal. I think I flex that shit around the house a lot. Like, I don't play with it at all. I don't play with loyalty. I'm like real big on teaching them what that means, like as a family to each other.
Right.
And yeah, you is your sister.
We got.
Is your sister keeper. You is your brother keeper. I raise them like that. I don't raise them. You ain't you. You responsible for yourself. No, the fuck you not. You don't come home without your brother. Don't come home without your sister. If somebody do, you got their back. All that. Like
right.
If somebody fuck with the family, we all ain't fucking with them. Ain't no you still fucking with them and they did something to it. Like all that shit. Like nah, bro. Like nah. No. yeah. So teaching them all that. I gotta teach it to everybody. I've had to teach it to shit. I've had to teach it to my mama. I gotta, you know, I'm the one in the family that just is just different when it comes to loyalty shit.
Would you be the one that they consider the black sheep?
Nah.
You and your family real close?
I'll probably be the black sheep on my dad's side of the family because they all had money and I wasn't raised with money. And now that they see me all and shit now, you know, they speak a little more, but that's not really my family.
Yikes. Yeah, I'm more connected with my mom's side of the family than I am my dad's. But now we connected, you feel me?
I'm trying. I want them to be family. I'll be trying, but I'm like, I'm not about to be a sucker chasing motherfuckers and we over here almost 40 years old and I'm the only one making effort.
But it's not even that for me, you feel me? It's one of those things where like the things that I want my kids to experience means that much to me that like, I don't give a fuck. If I got to move clear across the US of A, which I'm about to do, you feel me? So my kids can be around more black people and the bigger side of the family that is still alive or here, you feel me? Well, fuck it then. I'm going to move down here. Not too many kids nowadays have a great-grandparent.
Right.
My kids have a great-grandparent.
Right. Being able to grow up with that and have that in you is it becomes a part of who you are as a person all the way through and through. So yeah, absolutely, I get that.
Yeah,
I moved down to Atlanta too for a while, and I wanted to go back. I want to go back down there.
What area?
I was in Decatur.
Decatur. My cousin, she was out there, and then she was in like what is it, Marietta.
I was in Zone 6.
Oof. You hear them a lot of them mixtapes. Zone 6.
I was right on Glenwood. Anybody down there know what Glenwood is? I was in the hood.
Isn't that where was it Crime Mob and Little Scrappy?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they was up the street like 10 minutes from my shit. And 21 Savage would be in the neighborhood before he was famous because my neighbor, shout out to Mookie Mardi Gras. Mookie, I fucking love you. He fucked with 21. That's their little gang. It's 2100 boys, whatever the fuck. So I lived right next to them niggas. So I fucked with them. And Gucci lived over in that area.
Oh,
Waka was in that area. That was some of my first work was with Brick Squad. Because I was a celebrity personal assistant when I lived out there. And I worked for Street Report magazine. So I worked for the owner of that. So I was pushing this magazine and I'd be sent places.
So you really got a cold pen game.
I do what I do. I got a lot of hats. But I got a lot of reach. I got a lot of homies down in the A and shit. That's why my host of the national convention, shout out to Fort Knox. Fort Knox is fucking most known, most legend motherfucking host down in Atlanta, hands down. Like Fort Knox is it, bro. Like everybody knows who that is. And that's the national convention's permanent host. Y'all not gonna see nobody else. Like that's all I'm having. Like that's my boy. He rocking with me tough. I'm gonna make sure that I put on for him. Period.
Shit, you need to link me with your peoples, man. That sounds like a nigga I need to know.
Man.
God damn it.
We just gotta take care of each other. You know what I'm saying? You build your relationships, take care of your people, and stay loyal to the motherfuckers that's real. You figure out who real, fuck with them, and the motherfuckers that's not, you keep pushing.
I like how she think. My kind of peoples. What you think, Jay?
I almost made a joke from the stuff we talking about earlier. I hope I'm your kind of people.
Here she go with the bullshit, bro.
You like how I think now, huh? Because you know what's on my brain.
I mean, you know what I'm talking about, goddammit. What I said earlier still stands, goddammit. But for the sake of the goddamn podcast, yeah, man, I like how you think. That don't mean I trust you.
He gonna have to tell y'all later. It ain't even that serious. He don't want to admit it. He gonna get all kind of hate mail.
Yeah, but I'm getting all the bullshit. You mean to tell me you don't trust me because I do what? Yeah, I mean, hey, I stand on that. I don't trust nothing.
Don't go into it. Let's get I want to get into it.
Man, where can the people tap in with Miss Oregon at? How can they find you, do business with you, follow you, be nosy in your business, all that?
Man, my email is diversifyportland@gmail.com, or you can hit me on my Instagram. Instagram is where I'm most active, and that's MSS_Oregon.
What kind of pictures you posting on Instagram?
I got a regular Instagram, and then I got a private Instagram.
You got two?
Yeah.
Which one am I on?
My kids had spam Instagrams. I was like, I need to get me one.
Jason, you need both them Instagrams, bro.
Oh, yeah. my spam Instagram is pimping and parenting.
That's what?
It's pimping and parenting. That's what I'm out here doing.
Which one am I on?
You're on Miss Oregon.
Okay, yeah.
My pimping and parenting is so I can put all the funny memes that I can't post on my Miss Oregon. I post them on.
Oh, you probably be posting them
on there.
Extras.
Man,
Ooh.
I just like funny stuff.
Bro, he's always on his phone. He's never paying attention.
I'm always on.
Are you looking up stocks or are you over there watching NBA shit?
He was looking up the pimping and parenting.
All the above.
You'll see it. It's got chicken fingers, like little fingers on the. It's weird fingers. I needed a spam page. I noticed, man. Hey, look, you not tight if you don't got a spam page.
Hey, stocks only.
I don't have a spam page.
It's 2021. You gotta have an extra page. If you take care of business on one page, you can't put stuff on.
We got Macc Milliaon and we got everything Excel.
See, you have two though.
But I ain't spamming. It's business.
Well, it's not spam. I'm not spamming. I just call it a spam page because
I call that a weirdo page.
it's just whatever I want it to be.
You still being a female, that's the page you gonna go creeping with.
Nah, it's me on there. It says my
name. Let me see what
name.
this nigga up to.
If you look it up, it says my name. If you go into it says Takara. It's not a Miss Oregon thing. It just says Takara. It's pimping and parenting. And
he's on it.
And yeah, Jason, it says Takara.
Jason on it. Look at
pimping.
He repeats it. PIMPIN. And then the full word and parenting.
So what's next for Miss Oregon? What you got going on next? What you got going on now?
We're going to go ahead and just hit it hard and try to change the world and change these workplaces and get these videos out and make sure that we create something that is going to keep the audience engaged and feeling like they want to be a part of social change with us. Mm-hmm. That's what we're going to do. And then, you know, the national convention is put on hold until after COVID. We won't be taking that to a virtual event or anything like that. We're going to just go ahead and wait it out. And we come back, it's going to be great. But yeah, so.
That's dope.
Yeah.
You got anything for the people, Jay?
No. Get your fucking money and stop snitching.
And y'all follow me. Follow my Diversify Portland page on Instagram too.
That one.
Yeah, and you can find there's another one too because there's the national.
So
convention.
You got 3 pages.
Well, there's this is the thing. Hold on now. Don't try to make it sound crazy.
No,
the,
I love
the
it.
national convention.
You making it sound crazy.
No, I have trouble posting on one page, so fucking.
I don't do it. So my Takaya, she takes care of the national convention page, and that's on Instagram.
Kids.
On Instagram, it's the NCDAC. So on Insta, it's NCDAC. And then the Diversify Portland page is our community page for our business. And that's at Diversify Portland. And then Miss Oregon is that's my page.
No, I love it.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So.
I get it. I love it.
Yeah.
You ain't
follow all that shit.
You ain't leaving anything else out?
Oh my gosh. Am I? Why'd you say it like that?
Man, this is Everything XL. This is where you come to promote. This is where we come to give people info. And if you got info that the people need, hey, man, give it to them.
I like dark-skinned niggas.
Oh, bro, this is not a day. Save that tender shit. Yeah.
You shouldn't let me have a drink.
Man, that Don Julio ain't got you talking that crazy.
I didn't talk crazy. I just said that I like dark-skinned niggas. This is a fact. This is not crazy at all in any kind of theory. I was just laying it out there because you said, is there anything that people need to know? I feel like that's important.
Don't stop there then. If there's anything else, keep it going. Shit.
No, that's all. I'm just kidding. I like everybody. But thank you for having me on. This is great.
Of course. You know, I fucks with you. You feel me? You're always welcome. If you got anything else you need to promote or you need the people to know, email me, tap in, call me. We're going to put it together. But yeah, man, that shit was dope. One of the first women I've had up here. I need more women's, more ladies.
Am I the first?
No, Wifey was up here and then you.
Does Wifey count?
Hell yeah, she count.
He says no, off top.
No, I didn't mean like that.
Because of course you gotta have her. That is default. That is by default.
I mean, yeah, but
does your default picture really count as a picture in your album? Nobody goes and really goes to the album and then clicks on the default picture. We look at the rest. I'm just kidding. I didn't mean it like that. Can we cut that out?
It's in there.
No.
It's in there.
I'm just saying,
that was a big ouch.
No, it was not.
What you mean?
No, it was not. That's not no ouch.
She's a cold piece of work, bro. These women nowadays
If anything, I just like the idea of being the first, and so I was just playing towards that. Just kidding.
Okay, well, if Wifey's by default, then yes, you're the first female interview.
But yeah, I'm just playing.
Thank you.
Sure.
All right, man. For the people watching and for the people listening, y'all know the spill. Y'all know the get down. Let's run through these sponsors real quick. Pretty dope Xperience. If you want dope music, you got to go out and get it. Download the app and tap in with my peoples for that dope spins, dope mixes, and dope everything. You feel me? Everything XL is on the air every Monday. So tap in, download the app, Pretty Dope Xperience. Kingdom Kuts, 7529 Northeast Glisan Street, Portland, Oregon. Tap in with my homegirl Chris if you ever need catered foods. You feel me? Fiyah Fusion Foods on Instagram. That's FIYAH_fusion_foods. Jenn Got Cakes on Instagram and Facebook. Park and Spark on Instagram. Park_and_spark. Flight Lounge, PDX on Instagram. Tap in with my peoples, man. It's your boy Macc Milliaon. Jason in the motherfucking building. Miss Oregon, thank you for sliding by, coming through. All the shit, having a drink with your boy. Till next time, y'all. Tap in. It's the fat nigga.